Also from Cuvelia, Bloody Tears.
I founded the largest tech company in the world. We were developing machine intelligence, kind of thinks like an actual person.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hello, welcome to Slurpathon. How is it going today? I'm Sparkover, and I'm going to be hitting some buttons behind the scenes. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say right now. Thank you for being here, first thing in the morning for us. Maybe your time zones are a little different, and that's okay. I'm going to toss it over to Dotface here, who is going to introduce us to the run here, so take it away.
Good morning, everybody in chat, and welcome to Slurpathon VII. This is Slurpathon's first event online due to the sad things that COVID has done. All proceeds are supporting Extra Life, and specifically, the Alberta's Children's Miracle Network Hospital. So, the first run for I just finished another event, not even last week, so excuse me. The first run that we're going to be rolling into for the event to kick it off is going to be HJA running Mega Man 2, doing normal zipless, which is going to be pretty cool. AJ, how are you doing? You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey everyone. Welcome to Slurpathon. I'm excited to be here and kick this event off. As Dotface mentioned, I'm going to be running Mega Man 2 any percent zipless. That means I won't be making the YouTube comments mad by cheating, as they put in air quotes. You didn't just cheat the game, you cheated yourself. So I'm gonna do it the real way for those YouTube comment heroes out there. JK, I like zips, they're fun. But this is a meaningful run for me. It's actually the first speedrun I've ever learned, and Yeah, I'm coming back to it after about a 2-year absence, so should be fun. Can't wait to get started. Ready when you are.
All right. You need me to give you a countdown, or you can?
No, I'll do a quick countdown. So,
Okay.
timing starts here when I select the difficulty, which of course will be normal. So I'll just go 3, 2, 1, go.
Awesome. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Everybody, welcome to Slurpathon. Get hype in chat. Good morning. I know it's early for some of us.
Yeah, even Eastern time, it's a little later, 9 a.m. Eastern. So, I've been awake for a few hours now. Have my Starbucks coffee. They're using holiday cups now, so that was exciting. It was an exciting morning.
Really?
So,
My local Starbucks and get a cup.
there you go. And if you order a specialty drink like a peppermint mocha latte, you actually get a like a plastic cup. I don't know, they just give you one, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, like a tumbler. That's about as much that conversation seems more important than Flashman. Flashman is a really boring stage. Nothing goes on in Flashman. You only have the Buster at this point. It's really easy. So, not much to really talk about here. It's really straightforward, probably the easiest stage in the game. The Flashman fight on difficult mode can be a little bit tricky, but even then, it's not a bad stage at all. Things really, the difficulty ramps up in Airman. Airman is a stage that causes a lot of resets, and can be pretty difficult, so you kind of get like a free start, basically. So, as you're about to see, the big difference between normal mode and difficult mode, or Mega Man 2 versus Rockman 2, is this right here. You have a chance to stretch your legs, read donations if you got them. The Japanese text scrolls much faster. So if you're going to play difficult mode, you're going to actually play it on the Japanese Rockman 2. However, the Japanese Rockman 2 does not have a normal mode. They only have the difficult mode. So really, the English version is the only way to play Mega Man 2 on normal. So we go through that, and now we're on to Airman. Wish me luck. I don't want to die. And like I said, after a 2-year hiatus from this game, let's hope it goes well. All right. So one thing you notice, I paused right at the beginning of the stage there. The reason for that is because you can actually pause before you actually land on the ground, and that saves some frames. Another thing about pausing is that it resets your fall velocity, which you're going to see me use in a second. We're also trying to spawn these clouds as early as possible. Alright, I failed that one. I spawned it and it immediately despawned. We're gonna take this safe and just wrap around. Normally, you want to jump from the top of that cloud, pause buffer, and land on it, but didn't feel like dying where I messed up that second cloud. So that's alright. It's not the biggest time loss in the world. So, you would think, alright, Mega Man, so you're going in the boss weakness order, right? No, I am not. Airman's weakness is Leaf Shield, so I'm actually going to be fighting him with the Buster. It's just, thanks for the health drop, I needed it. You want to avoid health drops, they slow you down. And we made it! We didn't die in Airman!
Good job.
So despite that popular song, Airman is beatable, even without Leaf Shield. I don't know if anybody knows that reference, but there's this YouTube song, I guess, that's about Airman being impossible. It's a good one. I recommend.
Very nice.
split early, but whatever. Can't see the splits anyway. So next, we're going to move on to Quickman. And you're going to say, all right, well, now we're going into boss weakness order, right? Quickman must be weak to air. No. We're still going to fight Quickman with a Buster. But Quickman begins where we start to use the weakness order. We got item 3, we have item 2. Those are going to help us with some movement, and that will help us do levels like Metal Man faster, Bubble Man. So it's important to have those weapons. You want to jump at the beginning of every stage. If you're not switching weapons. If you're switching weapons, you want to do that first. If not, you want to jump. It just saves a few frames. Jump off ledges. That's always important. This stage here, I remember being pretty impossible as a kid. Just due to the lasers.
It's just insane to me because it's like everything is so just precise. You know, time, like optimizing these games is really would it say it applies to a lot of the movement and making sure like you're not picking up a lot of objects and not bumping into enemies and doing things of that nature?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, movement, shot placement, knowing when to deboost, but at the same time knowing when not to deboost because you need to preserve health. It's really all a balancing act. Mega Man games are known for their difficulty. I don't think that 2 is considered one of the harder ones. Maybe on difficult mode it's a little bit harder. But if you're looking to learn Mega Man speedruns, I definitely recommend normal mode Mega Man. I think it's actually, I'm not alone that it was my first speedrun. I believe a lot of people kind of, use it as a gateway into speedrunning.
Got it. Oh, so like, I mean, for somebody like me, would you recommend like, anything like Mega Man DOS by any chance?
No. I can't recommend anybody play Mega Man DOS. I watched the angry video game nerd, play that game, and that just, those initial enemies, I think they're like dogs or wolves or something, and the Mega Buster, you can't duck, but the Mega Buster just doesn't shoot over, or just shoots over them, so it's really, you're just, I don't know, it's a dumb game. No offense to anybody that runs that game. It's really cool to watch a speedrun of it, because it's just so broken, but, yeah, it's not for me. So once again, we're gonna switch to Flash here. And it's because these things are slow, and by flashing these, you can walk and not get pushed backwards. And you're gonna see me use the pause trick here. We have to switch to item 2 anyway. So you notice I got that extra little boost there to jump over the drill. That's because I paused at the right time, which pushes me a little bit further forward. So when it's going forward, we want to let it ride. When it's going backwards, you want to jump. So now you're really getting to see how useful the items here are. I have item 2 equipped. Unlike Rush, you can't shoot when you have an item equipped. Oh, that stupid clown always gets me. So, you travel a lot faster on this item 2. You're skipping all this stuff. And fun little trick that anybody can do. If you have Quickman's weapon, when you go into the boss door, just hold down B. That's it. Just hold it down. And do not cross the middle of the screen. So as long as you hold down B and don't cross the middle of the screen, Metal Man's gonna be a good boy and not move.
Oh wow, pro strats.
He just sits there, he doesn't shoot, he's really easy fight.
Just so you know, HDA, I actually have my notebook out this morning with a pen, writing down a lot of these strats that you're giving.
So you're saying you'll do runs tomorrow?
I think Mega Man speedruns are absolutely fantastic. I remember watching you and Slurpee racing. What was it, Mega Man 9 for Summer Games Done Quick?
Yep.
and that was absolutely fantastic. I was at work. I taped my phone against the wall to try to get signal, and it was an absolute fantastic race to watch.
Oh, thank you. It was a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing that, and really got to show off what Mega Man 9 has to offer, which is hellish RNG. So
right. Yeah, the casino.
The casino indeed. So you got to see some more item 2 usage there, skipping through that section, having normally you have to go through those falling blocks, and that's slow. So there are some movement differences between Mega Man 9 and Mega Man 10 that are notable. One, you can buffer your jump inputs at the beginning of the stage in Mega Man 9. One thing that I keep doing by accident as well is you can stage select in Mega Man 9 by pressing A. So I find myself pressing A to select the stage, and that doesn't work in Mega Man 2. You have to press start. So there's some things like that. In Mega Man 2, you only want to jump when you need to jump, and only to the height that you absolutely need to get over a particular ledge. Just because jumping is slower than walking or running. Whereas Mega Man 9, you can have a field day, jump all you want. It's the same speed. So there's some movement differences between the two games. Other than that, they actually do have a lot in common. I think they built Mega Man 9 with Mega Man 2 in mind. They got rid of the slide and all that stuff.
Oh, nice. HA, you mind if I say something just real quick?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Hey, so we are currently just sitting at $15 on donations for the start of Slurpathon. $10 came in from my family that moved back over to England. So thank you very much, Victoria, Ezra, and Lacey for the $10. And then not only that, but we have $5 kicking off the event from Sparkover doing a donation test. So the command to look at the page for Extra Life where you can donate is !donate. And that will take you to the Slurpathon team page for Extra Life, where you can click the donate button and start getting those very, very gracious amounts in direct support for Children's Miracle Network Hospital, specifically the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation. Hey, Shane, if I talk too much, you could just tell me, hey, stop.
Nah, no worries. This is perfect. Thank you so much for those donations, by the way. And keep them coming in. Extra shout-outs for donating, for sure. Extra shout-outs for Extra Life.
Well, it's also very important to go over a little bit of the fact that, so Extra Life Game Day is on November 7th, actually. So a lot of individuals, starting tomorrow, will be streaming, various games across, Twitch, different platforms and things like that. So I would like to explain that Extra Life Game Day isn't just all about playing video games. You can actually play board games. I've seen people streaming, playing basketball, things like that, all in support for the Extra Life network, which benefits the Children's Miracle Network hospitals as well. So this is a very, very special event, as this spans over the course of Extra Life Game Day, starting today and ending on, what was that? I think it's considered the 9th at midnight, but Mountain Time. So
So that was Heatman stage. Once again, you're seeing some heavy usage now of the items. The item 2, the item 3, the item 1. That's why we do those stages first. Item 2 allows you to just coast across that Yoku block section, the infamous Yoku block section, that seem to be in every Mega Man game. We have to wait for the blocks to appear. With item 2, we just skip right over that. So next, we have both weaknesses for Crashman and Woodman. You can really go to either one. It doesn't matter. The last two Robot Masters are kind of your choice. I like to go Woodman, just because that's what my splits say to do. So, yeah.
Woodman?
Woodman, yes.
Very nice. I have a question. I'm a little bit intrigued. So you said this is your first Mega Man game that you learned to speedrun, right?
First speedrun period, actually. Any game.
Run period. Wow, so that actually surprises me a lot. You know, like and it's very, very cool. Like, so I think the question I would like to ask is, when you were looking into initially wanting to get into speedrun, why did you choose Mega Man?
So when I was a kid, I was a big fan of Mega Man. I still have, they're not repurchased carts that I got on eBay or anything like that. I still have my original Mega Man 1 through 6 carts. I loved those games, and what got me into it was watching a speedrun on Twitch. I believe it was a GDQ, and I saw Mega Man 2. You know, runner is much better than I was, and I wanted to give it a shot, and that's kind of what, you know, motivated me to do it. Once again, we're using item 2 here to skip this whole section. Kind of a nice trick. Again, you don't have a weapon when you have item 2 and you want to save menus, so we just jump over these rabbits. If you're just learning the speedrun, I recommend switching to Metal Blade. You can make quick work of them with that. Oof. And then we're gonna go for a little swag trick with this chicken.
Did you just say swag?
Swag trick. We got the chicken on the ground, underground. Alright, so we made it through Woodman. So far a decent run, I'm happy with this so far. Well, I got 2 fake gold splits in a row. I don't have my splits from 2 years ago, so these are just splits I created. They only have like 15 attempts on them, but, you know, it works. So we only have one more Robot Master left before we're on to the Wily stages, and that is Crash Man. One nice thing about this game that I like is that you can't accidentally go to a stage twice. I find in other Mega Man games I accidentally do that all the time. So once again, item 2 here is very useful. I'm using it as a platform, just to, you know, skip having to climb extra ladders. And we'll also see our first usage of item 1 at this stage. Oof. The stage also has some really good music. Oh, the whole game has really good music. So now we have item 1, which is these rising platforms. That's cool, I missed it. Didn't lose that much time though. And these kind of help. These are actually a huge tool if you want to learn any percent. Item 1 is probably the most useful item in learning to zip. And a thing to note, you're noticing that, like, I'm trying to avoid climbing ladders as much as possible. There's a reason for that. Ladders, you move about 25% of Mega Man's top speed when you're on a ladder. So, let's actually grab that there. So, you want to avoid grabbing ladders. I switched to item 3 here, you'll notice, and that's just so that I can jump off of it and continue to not worry about ladders. You want to face left on those item 3s, and what that does is the bird will spawn from the left. That way you don't get, you know, what happened to me doesn't happen to you. Alright, so once again, we have Crash Man's weakness, which is air something? I don't remember the name of the weapon. Airman's weapon, whatever that is. Basically 3 tornadoes that you throw in the air. Oh, missed. Alright, so that's it for the 8 Robot Masters, and now the difficulty once again really ramps up. The Wily stages are scary, and a death can be extremely costly. A few things are happening here. You know, the boss of Wily 1. Normally if you die at a boss, you go right back to the boss corridor and you just get to immediately try them again. Not in Wily 1. You, or Wily 2, or Wily 3 for that matter, Actually, I think in Wily 3 you are. You get taken back to the midway checkpoint. So you have to redo essentially half the stage.
Goodness gracious.
I don't think anybody's ever died on Guts Tank, so I don't know where they put you in Wily 3. So, I hope I didn't jinx that, but I don't think a human being has ever died.
I'm knocking on wood.
So, one thing you notice, I turned left there, and that was to spawn the birds on the left. That way they don't continue to spawn and annoy me. Okay. Once again, using item 2 as a platform, I wasted some ammo there by missing the first one, so normally you'd use item 2 a little bit earlier in the second half, but I want to conserve it because you're going to need it for Wily 2. So, in the Wily stages, your ammo does not regenerate. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. So you have to, item management is kind of crucial in these stages. Alright, so notice Wily 1, we've already used all 3 items, or we've used 2 of them. We're about to use the 3rd one now.
That's so impressive.
And, now we're on to kind of a scary platforming section here. Dragon chases you. Really don't want to die here. This is a big time loss, so I'm gonna focus right now. It's not a hard fight, but I just don't want to die. Alright, that's it. We in there.
Absolutely brilliant. Wonderful job. Can we get some hype in chat? Slurpathon 7 being kicked off by HGA running some Mega Man 2 with the crispy jumps, the crispy shots. Please type in that donation, man, and let's get these donations started and rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. Great cause. Let's get the donations going.
And not only that, but good morning chat as well. Hey, do I have time just to speak real quick about some incentives that we do have coming up? Bid Wars as well.
Of course.
Awesome, cool. So we have some donation incentives and bid wars, and to include some name wars going on. The nearest bid war that we have coming up is going to be for Donkey Kong Country 2. The bid war is going to be throw your girlfriend or be a gentleman, right?
Nice.
After that, we have a couple more bid war and incentives to throw out there, but we're going to save that for later. Not only that, you can see it on the ticker at the bottom of the stream. If you would like to see what incentives we have going for the event, please type in ! incentive. Just that.
Yeah, we have some great incentives, it sounds like. Can't wait to see those get met.
Oh, I've been looking at the list, HA, and there's some really good ones up there.
Nice. They're always a lot of fun, too. It's good motivation. And it's always a degree of, trying to throw the runner off with the incentives, too. It's always fun. I should have done.
I'm excited to see there's an incentive for Fight Crab, the extra stages, and that's going to be ran roughly later today by Omax and Slurpy Ninja, but the incentive for that to be met is 200. So if you would like to see any of those extra stages, now is a great time to start throwing in some of the donations for that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to have to throw some that way after this run. All right. So that was Pico Pico Kun. That was just series of blocks, weak to metal. Metal's a really overpowered weapon in this game, so if you're playing it casually, you'll get a lot of use from that. Wily 3, aka Wily's septic tank. Actually, I think they call that Wily 1 and Mega Man 4 as well, but it's it's a stage. it's I'm not gonna say it's easy, because casually it's really scary. There's a lot of spikes. But the boss at the end is just kind of free, let's just say.
Goodness gracious.
So, you know, obviously lots of pits, the fish coming out of them, the spikes here, and this section is what gets a lot of casuals. And this is why Mega Man's considered kind of a hard casual game.
Yeah, when you said it's like, oh, this is, you know, just kind of easy. I'm like, Mega Man is so difficult.
Well, if you play the game, you know, hundreds of times, you know where all the spikes are. But imagine playing it for the first time and, like, there's no way that you can get past it on the first try. Unless you're somehow a psychic and you know where the spikes are going to show up next. But you go into the screen transition, it's like, oh, nope, there's a spike there. You're done. It's just...
Well, that's what's very impressive. I mean, you're sitting here, you know, speedrunning these games and just optimizing and perfecting them, you know? All the memorization that goes into it, it's absolutely wonderful.
You need an incentive for HJ to die to Guts Dozer. I should have done it just to see where it spawns you, because I honestly have no idea where it happens. Ah, too late, yeah. I should have done it! You know, I should have said, like, hey, donate $20, I'll purposely die to Guts Tank.
Shucks.
Alright, so we lovingly call this level Purple Heck. We don't call it Purple Heck, we call it Purple HE double hockey sticks. It's, I know, bad words. It's the hardest level in the game, and it has the stupidest boss in all, second stupidest boss in all of Mega Man. Spike Pushers are the worst boss in all of Mega Man. It's just really terrible. It's really hard. You'll see some crazy strats coming up when we get to the spike section of this, and then the perfect ammo that you need to fight the boss. If you miss one shot with Crash on the boss, you basically have to purposely game over or farm ammo. They don't give you enough.
Screw.
So it's this level's really scary. So you know those things you're supposed to ride them, but that's slow. So damage boosting. And using the items and...
It's crazy how you, like, all the run for this and the you know, using, I mean, are they considered iframes or just the invincibility time frame? You know, using that to your advantage to get over, you know, some of the portions on, you know, the level, like, changing the route as well. It's very interesting.
Yeah, like that right there is super scary too. Like I just barely landed on that last platform. It's just, you gotta trust your timing. It's just such a hard stage. I'll take that help. Thank you.
Nice.
Not in a speed run, you know, you don't want it, but hey, in a marathon, why not? Alright, so here's the stupid boss. It's called the Boo Beam Trap. So we're going to try to get some double shots in, where we kill a wall and a boo beam in one bomb by placing them in between. So we got that first one. And we got the second one, it looks like. And then we're going to do a damage transfer. So notice, I'm actually just gonna run into this guy to kill him instead of shoot a crash bomb into him. So that's called the damage transfer. It's a nifty little trick.
Very nice, good job.
All right, so now we're on to the refights.
Yeah, this is an absolutely wonderful way to kick off Slurpathon VII, the first online Slurpathon due to everything that's going on right now. And I hope you all are very excited for this 3-day event of amazing games. We have some great stuff. I can't wait to see, you know, all the rhythm gamers who are going to be streaming, you know, the specific rhythm game throughout Slurpathon have to really get Speedrun Ragnarok out of their mouth. Goodness gracious. I keep wanting to call this event Speedrun Ragnarok, but that happened last week, God. We're here at Slurpathon. Thank you all so much for kicking this off early this morning.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the games and checking out everything over the course of the weekend. It should be a lot of fun. Fun little fact, I actually used to be a rhythm gamer in college. I was a big fan of Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, really? Shoutouts.
Yeah.
I know when you were talking about the invincibility and then you said the magic word timing.
Yes.
And how it's important. I was like, HJ.
Oh yeah, I was all about
Used to work with that.
back in the Max and Max 2 days. I was big
Nice.
into it. I never got into Pump It Up or any of that stuff. Like it just kind of fell off the map then. But I used to, invest in nice pads of my own. Yeah, doing. I was a big fan of.
Which is very cool that you said Pump It Up, because we actually have an individual who will be streaming Pump It Up tomorrow, roughly in the middle of the day. Not only that, I think there's a schedule coming about that.
So one of the nice things about getting those doubles in Crashman or in Wily 4 is being able to use the Crash Bomb on Wily. You can use one Crash Bomb on each phase, and that takes care of them. So you have the ominous no music.
I know, spooky. This is really it's just steady free fall.
Yeah. And we're on to the final boss, Dr. Wily himself.
Let's go, HJ. Let's go, chat as well. Let's get hype. Very start of Slurpathon 7, raising funds, directly supporting Alberta's Children's Hospital Foundation.
Will I be underestimate? I think I have some time to spare, but yes.
Let's get the hype in chat.
So this is actually the only weapon he's weak to. That's time. So I show a 31-33.
Absolutely.
Or 31-28, I don't know, whatever it is. So yeah, that was Mega Man 2. Zipless.
Absolutely. Brilliant job.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for all the GGs. Thank you so much, everybody that's working behind the scenes on this. Dot Phase, Sparkover, Slurpy Ninja. Let's keep this going. I was honored to kick this off. And hopefully, you stick around because we're have a great weekend coming up. And enjoy this nice Mega Man block that we have. I believe we have Mega Man 7 coming up next. So
yes, we do.
Thank you for
we
having me.
Do. No, thank you, HJ. Thank you for the absolutely wonderful run as well. It was a pleasure to host for you, especially early in this morning. It's your runs are. I mean, there's so much skill that goes behind it. It's just always a pleasure to watch you play. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much.
With that, we have Mega Man 7 coming up next. Jeff the Hero is going to be the runner. What a great way to kick off Slurpathon 7 with this amazing Mega Man block. We have Mega Man 2, which was just ran by HJA, rolling into Mega Man 7. Jeff the Hero is going to be running that. Right after that, it's going to be Mega Man 9, seeing HJA again, but it's going to be a race between Slurpy Ninja and HJA, pretty much a rematch. And then after that, we have Mega Man X6 by 8-Bit is Great. So stick around this morning while we're kicking off Slurpathon 7 with this absolutely amazing Mega Man block. Good morning, everybody in chat.